everyone, and welcome back to Little Books, Great Stories. Today we're going to read, What is Love? Love is different for each and every one of you. So let's read this book to see what it's like for all the different characters in here. So make sure to subscribe to Little Books, Great Stories if you haven't already, like the video, and let's start reading What is Love? What is love? When I was a boy, in the garden out front of the house where we lived, I asked my grandmother, "What is love?" My grandma was old. I thought she would know. She picked me up in her arms and said, "I can't answer that." "Who can?" I asked. "If you go out into the world, you might find an answer." So I went. I asked the fisherman, "What is love?" The fisherman smiled. "Love is a fish." "A fish?" I said. "It glimmers and splashes just out of reach, and the day that you catch it, if you know what you're doing, you give it a kiss and throw it back in the sea." "But I don't like fish," I said. "They're slimy and taste bad, and they have creepy eyes." The fisherman sighed. "You do not understand." I asked the actor, "What is love?" The actor smiled. "Love is applause." "Applause?" "It's the hoots of the crowd, the sound of their hands. You stand in the footlights while they all scream your name. Sometimes they throw flowers. At that moment, you know. You exist. You are seen." "But the crowd leaves," I said. "They go home." The actor sighed. "You do not understand." I asked the cat, "What is love?" The cat smiled. "Love is the night." "The night," I said. That sounded all right. But before the cat could explain, a dog chased it away. "Wait," I said. "Stop! What is love?" The dog looked back and said, "This!" I asked the carpenter, "What is love?" The carpenter smiled. "Love is a house." "A house?" "You hammer and saw and arrange all the planks. It wobbles and creaks, and you alter your plans. But in the end, the thing stands, and you live in it." I said, "I'm not allowed to use hammers. Once I busted my thumb." "I don't mean a real hammer. I'm not talking about thumbs. It got busted real bad." The carpenter sighed. "You do not understand." The farmer told me love is a seed. This soldier told me love is a blade. That soldier told me love is a horse. But the cart driver said, "No, it's a donkey." A sports car, a donut, a lizard, a ring, the first snow of winter, a maple in summer, a grizzly bear, this pebble right here, these are all things people told me love is. I asked the poet, "What is love?" The poet smiled. "Sit down and I will tell you," he said. "A list so long it goes on for pages. I didn't have time to listen to that." "Wait," said the poet. "I have not answered your question." "You sure haven't," I said. The poet shouted at me, "You do not understand." And so one day I returned to the house where we lived. The lights were all on. I smelled dinner cooking. My dog barked gladly at me from a window upstairs. I took off my shoes and I stood in the garden. I curled my toes so they dug into the dirt. I sighed. I didn't hear my grandmother come up behind me. "Finally," she said, "you have come back." She was older. I was taller. She asked me, Did you answer your question? I picked her up in my arms. I smiled. I said, yes. Thank you so much for listening to today's story here at Little Books Great Stories. Please come back again next week for more. Bye!